All right, welcome to episode 25 of the War Room. We have a special guest, Chad Markley, and four-time Blizzard Bass champ. Thanks for joining us, Chad. Look at that background.
No problem.
Boy, that's a great view.
Well, it's pretty nice to have in your background.
Yeah, they don't just hand those things out. As you guys see on the screen, Chad is a four-time champ. He won in 2015, 2017, 2019, and 2023. So walk us through this last victory, man.
It's they're all great. The last one felt like just we got a rookie team there the first round, so it was kind of we've had our battles. We've battled Whitaker's team. We've battled Ski. Everybody in the Sun. I mean we've been there long enough. We've had to play against everybody, and um, the guys gave us all they had, and we knew that was going to happen. And we got through that round pretty unscathed because they were unfortunately down a car. I mean, it would have changed some things for them a little bit, but those are a great bunch of guys trying to move up into a national type or a major player in that sport there and at Blizzard Bash. My hat's off to them for they had to be nervous as heck coming, and not just because of us, just because of the whole atmosphere of Blizzard Bash and the tradition of it. Got through that, and then I usually don't get too sore after a derby. In the second round, WRP gave us a workout. I mean, them boys always drive hard. Most respect in the world for them. It was a battle, and I was smiling the whole time because that's where we're at. We've got to have battles to make for the entertainment factor for the crowd. And without the crowd, we don't get the 50,000 to win. As the 50,000 for singles at the King or 50,000 as team at Blizzard. I mean, that's the most important thing. Some of us drivers forget sometimes that the crowd is there for us. So then we jumped into the feature and things just kind of fell in my hands with the teammates we have. We're very reliable and keep an eye on each other very well. I just don't know what to say about it. I mean, it's the first one was the hardest, and then they don't get any easier.
Well, I'm gonna pry a little bit more about those victories, but you said a couple things there that really stood out, and the fans, thanking the fans, because they, obviously we're providing entertainment to them, and oftentimes it is overlooked. I think, Chad, I look at you as like a true professional of the Derby world. The fact that you recognize those things, and obviously you're as talented as anybody behind the wheel, and that was really cool for you to recognize that. A lot of people overlook it, and that shows the professionalism that you have.
Well, yeah, I mean we all got here through the county fair level before all this big show national stuff, and the county fairs are full from East Coast to West Coast, and they were there for the entertainment, and it's the right time to move everything forward, but we can't forget what we're here, how we got to where we're at.
I can't wait to dive into that a little further, but I do want to talk a little bit more about your Blizzard Bash, your teams through the years. So your teams have changed through the years. There's been one consistent, and that's Chicken, Justin Montgomery. We got to give him a shout out. Do you want to say anything about him?
Well, his mom, asked us that we wouldn't get rid of him on the team because he's kind of got touchy feelings, and so we kind of kept him all these years just to keep peace and stuff like that. But no, he's a local boy, kinda. I guess he knows where I'm at, what I'm doing. I know where he's at, what he's doing. The rest is history.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's been your consistent piece throughout these four runs. And then you've had, it looks like Nick Erlacher, Jimmy Johnson on that first team, along with Justin on your 2017 team. You had the Gags. Is it Gags, right?
Yep, Gags. Yep.
So Kurt and Tom. And then your 2019, 2023 teams, that's when the Clemens boys started joining you.
Yeah, we kind of split teams. Everybody was playing some politics there. And it looked like our best bet was to, it's hard to trust people on the Derby arena, and everybody was making a secondary team. And at that time, Jimmy had this idea that we should make a secondary team. So things kind of fell in where they're at now. Looks like for the long haul.
So that's interesting. That's why the team split up. I didn't know the politics behind that, but that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, you don't always win the Derby on the arena.
Yes, they do. I've seen some comments about that at Blizzard Bash, and the politics does come into play. There's also another format out there, obviously running it down, with just team on team. You prefer one or the other?
I mean, I guess we all know what we're talking about. We got a little friendly competition going on between promoters. It's good for the drivers. It's elevating both sets of promoters. I prefer one set right now over another because it's in my backyard, and we love Blizzard Bash, and it's like running at home. But that same format was tried at Blizzard Bash in 2016, I think, or no, I'm sorry, 2013, when the Clemens brothers actually won that show when it was down to the heads-up match. So I don't prefer that way. I mean, I understand why we need it. The bad part about that way, there's no second chance into the feature. So it could make for a really bad feature if somebody has huge car problems and the teams come in lopsided, 2-on-4, 3-on-4, or whatever. I understand it all. It's a great concept. Me personally, I like that second chance. If you draw a bad draw and you get beat or bad luck, you can come back through the back door and work your way clear from the C to the A. The year that they won, we actually won the B feature. But it really didn't mean nothing. So,
yeah, it definitely, I think, could change. I guess your outlook on the weekend. Maybe you lose a little motivation that you can't win it all. It's interesting, just an interesting concept. We got to see both of them, and I'm sure there's been events in the past that have ran them, but just not on the big stage. So
right.
to see that. This year was pretty neat. Let's go through these years. If you said the first one was the toughest, but if I say 2015, tell me a couple sentences that you could sum up 2015.
A little bit of luck. We got down. We was doing well in the feature. Got down to the top three. I believe it was Ingram and Whitaker. Me against Ingram and Whitaker. I got Bobby hung up over a tire, pure by luck, and then it was down to 1-on-1, and we pulled it off. The big show was eluding me at that point, so it was great.
Well, now you got 4 of them. Okay, so 2017. Give me your thoughts on 2017.
2017, I think that's Jimmy and Chicken, of course, and who was the fourth on that one?
Gag. Yeah.
We had fun. I mean, there's no way to describe what we do in the pits. Gag boys had a great that year we split the brothers up. So let me see, that year, yeah, we split up. I had one of the Gag boys and a Clemens, because the year before we kind of protested the show after an incident at Capitol Carnage in 2016 where I was timed out, which apparently was not quite enough time from from what everybody tells me. But
I think that's
so I
pretty
decided I wasn't going to run.
that was a pretty infamous the Markley call is what that would be referred to as. Um, do you know how much time you actually had there? Wasn't it like
Approximately 36 seconds,
okay?
ironically enough.
I was gonna say that's a pretty ironic 36
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, and it's more ironic because it's my Mister Sam Williams's number as well as mine. So I don't know if that was, it's just one of them deals.
Yeah, just one of those deals. I think that kind of
But it
took a
was 30 grand, so it was a little bit bigger deal.
yeah, yeah, it was.
But we've talked about it, so we've almost come to peace with it.
Well, it's years ago, right? We're looking 7, 8 years now. So
so that year I decided I was not going to put up with that. I was not running. And Chicken said, "Well, if you don't run, I'm not running." So Jimmy brought in the Gage brothers that year to fill in for Chicken and I. And then 17, that's when the team splits started. So we come back and we split some things up and ended up with Kurt and Tom. And then the next year, I don't remember exactly how it went, but we split Kurt and Tom up, and we split Brent and Barry up. So we were locked in, but we never got the opportunity to run down in the feature like the grand plan was.
nice. I wasn't aware of all those politics and all those splits. That's pretty good stuff for the audience here. So 2019, it seems like you're on an every other year run at this point.
We felt pretty comfortable this year because it was an odd year. Yes.
Yeah.
that seems to be what we're doing.
So 2019, what's that look like for you?
I don't remember that one. I mean, all of it really, without going back and looking. I think 2019 we had to beat. I think we had to beat Ski and we had to beat Whitaker's team, which when you beat the other three top dog teams to get there and you finally pull it off is really, I mean, nobody can take anything away from that.
No, you win this caliber of show, it's as big as any win in the entire country, even team, non-team. At this point, I know that you were the final car running in 2015 and 2023. You were a part of that group.
Yeah.
Are you in the final? Are you the final car running, or are you in the last couple cars with your teams in 2017, 2019?
Yeah.
So every year that you've won Blizzard Bash, you have been in the final cars running.
Yeah, one or 2 years we've had all four cars running, and then actually last year Chicken got us down to third. I had some issue. We all had issues, and he still got us down to third. We've been second a couple times. I've been DQ'd in the first minute and a half in 2014, and Chicken and Jimmy still got us down to second then. So yeah. But the four wins we've had, at least besides 15, we've had multiple cars running.
That is, and you're obviously one of them, which is extremely impressive. I know we'll get into the rest of your resume here in a little bit, but I mean that's extremely impressive. So 2023, this is your fourth. You're fresh off the weekend. 2023, has it set in yet? What are you thinking?
I think the event overall, from top to bottom, was a little bit faster pace than we was used to because we had new faces involved. Some of those teams might just be, because they haven't been there for 10 years or how many damn years we've been there, just a touch behind the curve. And the big stage might get them a little riled up or out of their comfort zone. So, it's as big as any of them. I mean, you never want to say it wasn't as tough as any of them because it was. I mean, like I said, we got a rookie team the first round, but we've had other rounds where we've had, quick success against quality teams too. So, I think Blizzard Bash moving forward is going to keep moving up the ladder because the new teams coming in are going to start learning the little things and getting better, and they're not going to be nervous about the big stage. And that new blood. The problem with the big shows is it gets stagnant, and that's really what was happening with Blizzard Bash in the A main. We'd all been there so long, even though we wanted to win the show, we didn't know where the politics were going, so it took a chess match to get it figured out. And
do you think that there was less politics this year?
I wouldn't say less politics, but it swung faster one direction.
Okay. So next question I have for you is, new teams are coming in. Are you looked at as these new teams are coming in? Are you looked at did people come talk to you? Did they say, hey, how does the event go? Did you mentor any teams? Did you tell them, hey, this is what to expect? Anything like that?
So from the national level down to street stock level with the limited weld in between, I get questions all the time from every which direction because I also promote and I know a lot of people across the nation on top of that. So, you always answer questions and you try to give them the most straight up answer you can because you want to see them do good. So my hometown had one driver in the championship that won the championship in the street stock, hometown boy, and two of the teammates in limited weld were hometown boys, and then me and Chicken in the national championship. So Abilene, Kansas represented.
That's pretty impressive.
So, and they all run my shows during the summer, which I'm pretty hard on the guys. I mean, they don't get to do a lot of shit. They don't get to do a lot of teaming. They don't get to do, they have to learn to drive and have to learn how to build a car.
That's what I want to get into next. You, Chad, you have taken on many roles in Demolition Derby, and oftentimes paying it forward is a phrase that is mentioned, but not necessarily adopted by maybe a lot of the people that have pull in our sport. You are certainly one that has adopted a lot of those roles, and I tip my cap to you to be such an icon for the sport and to lend such a hand. You wear the promoting hat. You're obviously one of the best drivers in the nation, and you've dabbled in a little bit of the podcasting, right? If I'm
Yeah, we've started to pick up on that. As you well know, it's the next thing in every. I mean, I just don't even know where to go with it. But yeah, we're working on that part of it. More live stream and stuff like that with Leon Rumsey that helps me on the promotion side, and Scott Lucas was kind of doing some of my online stuff before that.